Derry, and Noreen O'Neill was our sort of connection there and the volunteer who helped us out.
Noreen in Tyrone, is that right?
Yes, yeah, in Omagh, yeah.
Omagh,
Omagh.
Yes.
So we had been up.
Sorry. I'm sure if you're wrong, I'll be shocked.
Because you had been up with Noreen before, hadn't you?
Yes.
To Newry and Omagh, I think, before I'd come, wasn't it?
Oh, true, actually, yes.
Yeah,
we had.
So
Wow.
Noreen has been a great
terrific, outstanding in her own field. She's been very, very good to us. Yes,
yeah, and I feel like that was kind of the start of our push to go to different parishes in the north more so, because we hadn't. I don't think we had gone to too many up in that direction before.
Not that many. Kevin, of course, is her husband. Is that right too? Kevin.
Kevin, yes, Kevin,
they're
and
both very kind to us now.
They were
very kind to us,
and they hosted us there in their own house, up in Omagh, and we have some photos here from the day. We have so here's the priest, Father Joe Gormley, who's the parish priest.
That's right.
And Father Christopher, I can't remember his surname.
Oh, yeah, don't test me.
What was it? And then we have a few parishioners there as well, and Noreen and myself. And here we have the Instagram square that we brought everywhere with us this year.
It's very popular indeed.
Very popular, with some different parishioners, and we had some great parishioners there from Derry. Supporting or putting in prayer intentions into the box that we also bring everywhere with us. And we have a couple more. Yes, this was the photo that they chose on the World Family page, wasn't it?
Do you remember their names now? I know Eamonn is her husband.
Okay.
They're a lovely family now. They live up near Cregan.
Yes.
And called into us here. No, Eamonn called, because he's working in Dublin, called in to see us here as well. And then, the names are gone now. Isn't it terrible?
But they were so nice, and they were so happy to have us in their parish.
Big fans of the radio.
Yeah, that was great, and these two ladies as well. So that was I think that was like a week after I arrived.
Oh really? Were you just thrown straight in?
Thrown straight in. It wouldn't be like you, Father.
Wouldn't do. Here's a bus coming. Your name is on it.
Yeah, so that was a great introduction to how the whole promoting on the field sort of works for me anyway.
Best way to learn.
Yeah, that's true. Deep end, there you go, jump in. And then the next one we did was a Wednesday morning visit to Corduff, to the Marist Fathers in Corduff, and we had Mary Fitzpatrick came along with us, Roisin, and myself and Father Eamonn. And again, we just have one photo there, and it's kind of a little bit chopped off. I don't know if you can see it there. The heads are a little bit chopped off. This was me printing these off last minute before we came on. But there was one of the parishioners. I think that man was involved with the music in the parish, and that man was another musician or sacristan there as well. And I remember it was such a beautiful day that day. The sun was streaming, like it was blue sky. We were able to stand outside with the literature, and it felt like a very blessed day.
Yes, and a lovely church with a kind of these sort of northern aspect windows that allow the sun to stream in.
Yes,
and fill the church.
And it was Father Edwin there, the Marist father.
And are they the same priest, the same community, isn't it? The Father Jamie?
No, he's Palatine. Palatine, yeah. But I think there was Palatine Fathers somewhere that we were going to go visit as well, maybe you did visit them already in Shankill.
Well, it gets blurry.
It gets all, yeah.
It just gets so blurry. It's not fair.
So that was the first Wednesday morning parish visit I did, and that's on the 3rd of November. No, that was the 27th of October. No, I'm wrong. That was the 3rd of November, Coolock, yeah. And we did another one on the 27th of October in Corduff, but we don't have any pictures recording that one.
I think I'm right there. That is the Palatines.
Okay, yeah.
They're in Shankill and Corduff, north and south of Dublin.
Yes, that was the Palatines, yeah. And then Coolock was the Marist Fathers with Father Edwin.
Yes.
And that's where that photo was.
Fantastic.
And then the next one we did was Wicklow, which was another gorgeous day.
Lovely visit too.
And it was Roisin, Paul, Mary. So Paul and Mary, who were just on for the rosary there.
Oh yes.
And Roisin and you and I, and then it was Father Donal Leahy, who was wrong. Father Donal.
Cork.
Yeah, Father Donal. Sorry, now I have my notes here. I'm not looking at them though. I probably should.
I've got one or two nice photos there actually as well that made it up onto. There's a Facebook page. If you never checked it out, it's the World Family Facebook page, where they gather images from all the Facebook pages of the other radios and bring them all together, the best of kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we feature on there regularly. I think that was one of them around the car. Made it to the world. I think Radio Maria in the World. It's called. If you want to look it up. Yeah.
So we've been on there a few times.
We sure have.
And it was Father Donal Roach. So apologies, Father Donal.
And a very nice reception there as well too. They're very kind to us.
Yeah, they really were. And then we went to the little pier, took a few photos of the beach.
And that was what time? That was
November,
and there were people out swimming, if you remember.
Yes, and there was a biting wind because we were all wrapped up and we were like, how?
Like, are you kidding me, swimming?
Yeah, I had no temptation to join them at all.
Icebergs floating.
Yeah,
by,
it was intense. Some people are very brave. It's really becoming a thing now, actually, the cold sea swimming.
It's good for you.
Yeah, I believe them at a distance.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we went to, you went to St. Martin's Church in Kilworth, yourself and
Kathy. Kathy was with me that time as well. Have we pictured that?
These photos, yes, at the end.
That's Father Donal Leahy. That's my own Diocese of Cloyne, of course, and Kilworth. There's an army barracks somewhere near there as well. I think you're up in army territory, north of Fermoy, in Cork. Yeah. A lovely little church there. It actually looks like a Spanish church there with blue skies and bright blue paint and everything else.
I really like that, the blue colour on the church. It's quite unusual.
Yeah, and Father Donal, a great Marian priest in his own right, and very much, fond of Radio Maria and all that we're seeking to do. Very helpful. Small little gathering there that morning, I must say, a frosty morning it was.
Okay.
But it was nice, sowed a few seeds there as well. Just kind of one on the way back to Dublin type of visit.
Yeah, you were heading into, it was sort of the depths of November at that point, wasn't it? And then just beside that, we have a picture of the Mariathon 2020, so I'm going to take this opportunity to say that we are, as you all probably know already, in the middle of our May Mariathon 2020, and so that's why we have some special programming this week, and it's an opportunity for us to support the world family of Radio Maria in setting up different new Radio Maria stations around the world in different countries, Africa and South America being the continents where I think most of the efforts are going towards this year. There'll be new stations being set up and then new materials, so like studio equipment and that for some of the stations that are already set up there. So if anybody could spare a few pennies or however much you can to support this great work to be able to spread the gospel to the four corners of the world, then please do get in touch, and you can call us on 014 123 456, or you can text or WhatsApp us on 089 467 2000, or you can email us on info@radiomaria.ie. And just to say as well that if you don't have a banking app, you might not be able to do an online donation. So if you would like to send in a cheque or postal order instead, or make a direct bank transfer on the phones, they can help you out with all of that too. Was there anything else I missed?
No, that's very good. So
okay.
Indeed, our Mariathon fundraiser is for the world family of Radio Maria and the stations that are in need. We've been there ourselves. We know the journey. We're still on the journey to some extent, but there are radios that are just at the beginning of that stage and in need of financial assistance and support. And it's so much, like I say, like John Carlin's idea is value. In terms of the value, when we see the way souls are reached and touched and supported and helped in their faith, you just can't put a price on these things. And the lovely photos are just kind of remind me, man, we've kind of reached out and touched a lot of people along the way.
Yeah, lovely. Thank God. I think I mentioned this yesterday as well, but I love in the World Family magazine this year, they have that scripture of the wedding of Cana, and it's Our Lady. She says, do whatever he tells you, but then the servants have to bring the jars of water to the Lord. So in a way, that's the Mariathon. It's us bringing our jars of water to the Lord, and then he transforms them into wine through Radio Maria.
Correct.
Which is such a beautiful image. I love that.
Yeah.
Great. So then after that, we were busy this year. Then you went for another Tuesday morning promotion with Kathy down in Castle Lyons at St. Nicholas Church.
Oh, yes, indeed. Father Jerry Coleman. Yes,
I do have a photo of that somewhere as well.
my own home diocese. Just keep in touch with the lads because in fairness, they're covering the gap while I'm away. But you know that all these other priests in my own diocese have to close ranks if somebody decides to go off on the mission and head off somewhere else. Somebody has to mind the fort while they're away.
Yeah.
Have you lost the photo?
I have.
Oh no! It was
Yeah.
there. I saw it on your screen.
I know. I definitely printed it, but I just some of these are not very ordered.
Father Marek was there as well. He's the Polish chaplain in the diocese too.
Okay.
And we called up to his house for a cup of tea. And
that's it.
That's it. There,
There
the
you go.
two of them there. So,
Top.
and Kathy's there as well. So that was a nice little day out as well. Again, very supportive. There were 3 priests on the altar that day. It felt, like there was nearly more on the altar than in the congregation. But
That's great.
it was like that at the weekend. Actually, in the church called Saline, where we were in Waterford, there was a deacon and 2 priests.
Okay.
And it just felt very crowded on the sanctuary.
Wow,
So-
that's rare
great.
these days, isn't it?
That's right. It was good.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. So then we headed down. On the 4th and 5th of December, we headed up to Curla and Templeport in County Cavan, and that was with Patricia Friel was our contact there.
Yes.
And
visit.
Kevin Wynne came along as well to help
did.
out
Oh,
and
Kevin.
volunteer. Whoa.
Look at this. We have so
This
many
is-
pictures now. It's
I know.
you're hearing lots of pages of photocopied material here.
Yeah, it's very ordered, as you can tell. Okay.
I saw her lovely frizzy hair in one of the pictures there. You couldn't miss Patricia.
Yeah,
She's off promoting Mary's Meals, and I think she's gone abroad somewhere to, I don't know, somewhere in one of the Eastern European countries, I think, at the moment.
Okay.
She does great work.
Yeah, she does indeed. And there we have, so that's Kevin and
Ah, yes.
Father and myself.
Good,
And
Kevin.
Father, he was Father Sean.
Yes. Good.
And he was in the same year as another priest that we met down in County, in Enniscarra, wasn't it, Father? Okay, I really need to look at my notes. I have my memory. I always expect my memory to be better than it is, and then it always reminds me that it's not actually.
They took us out to the lake that time, didn't they?
They
There
did.
Was, what was the association
Moog.
with the lake?
Saint
Yes.
Moog,
There's a
wasn't
saint
it?
who lived out there on an island out in the lake. Great place of pilgrimage.
Father Sean Maguire. Thank you,
yes.
notes.
Well done, notes.
So it was St. Patrick's Church, and then in Bomboy it was St. Moog's Church, and that was when after that we went out to the lake, and you can see it
yes,
there.
That's right, yeah.
And there was an island, wasn't there, where St. Moog was buried.
That's
And
right.
there was a story with a boat coming in
On its own
on
or
its
something,
own,
yes.
from the island, and
With his body in it, or was it something like that?
something along those lines. Yeah, I did have a photo of that little description as well, but I think it would probably take too long to read through all that. We'd be here for an hour.
And just by the way, actually, if you're on Facebook, all of those photos are there. You can scroll back, or if you just click on the photo tab there, you'll see them all sort of accumulated. It's quite a formidable display. And in fact, you're reminding me now we should put some kind of an album together or something, or put them up on the wall, or I don't know.
Yeah,
we should do
we
in the
have
building
that.
too.
Yeah, that's a good
There
point.
she is. There's Patricia
There's Patricia.
in all her glory.
And she was so good because I remember she had like a Mary's Meals fundraiser on that Sunday or
gigs
something.
going on herself,
yeah. No, she hosted us, and it was great. And that was Father. He's involved with Radio Maria,
Johnny Cusack. Yes, up in Cavan.
Yeah.
Or Leitrim. He's up that side of the Cavan. Or no, it's Leitrim. He's into. Hang on now. Oh, it'll come back to me. Oh, no, he's Leitrim definitely.
Leitrim, yeah.
But very good to us. Comes on every Monday there and prays with us. So.
Yeah. So it was great to meet him as well. Put a face to that
good.
name.
Good.
Yeah, that was a great weekend too. And then after that, we had in December again. I think it was the weekend after. Yeah, the 11th and 12th. We were up in Galway Cathedral. It was Anne Chambers who was our contact there.
Indeed, and Anne was very kind to us too. We made some fabulous contacts around the country, staying with people, and one as good as the next. Really good, like Mary Hooton there at the weekend as well. All very good to us. So.
Yeah, and we don't have a photo of Anne in this one, but we do have one of her in the next one that she helped us out with. But we have, so my sister Clara actually volunteered with us that weekend.
Christmas.
And Majd from
Yes, he was
Nazareth.
promising to come back to us from Nazareth again, yeah.
We'll have to see what the story is there.
He was due back in the summer sometime.
He was, to learn English, I think was his plan. Yeah. And you met Bishop?
The Bishop Brendan Kelly, yes, who has since retired, and the new bishop has taken place, Bishop Michael Dignan. We aired that here on Radio Maria there a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he did say he was probably the only new bishop in Ireland with 3 of his predecessors still alive.
Oh, wow.
So Bishop Martin Drennan was the predecessor to Bishop Kelly, who's still alive, and the retired Bishop Clonfert, blank, my brain won't give it to me now. So he's 3 predecessors, and here he is as bishop to 2 dioceses, and is now their successor. Amazing.
Because there's a few dioceses joined together
there's 2. Galway. So Galway is Galway, Kilfenora, Kilmacdua, 2 small little sub-dioceses within the main diocese, and Clonfert is next door to Galway.
Okay, yeah.
And so he's bishop now of both dioceses.
Wow. So
Bishop Brendan was very kind to us as well. Tá an Gaeilge go flúirseach let freshen, well able for the cúpla focal. So and he was happy out to meet us there, very gentle, very fine man. It was lovely to meet the bishops around the country. Yeah,
indeed. And it was Father John Jared Acton was there as well. He was, I think it was in his first year still of ordination.
Shiny new priest,
yeah.
I'll be with the days.
I know. And he's doing great work. I mean, he's really, really a good, solid priest. And then Father Peter Rabbit, of course, was the
parish
administrator
priest,
there.
had a huge job on his hands with the installation of the new bishop. Because the cathedral was packed. They started late in order to fit everything in. And the ceremony went on for about 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Incredible. At least 2.25, I think. Amazing.
Oh my goodness.
So it was lovely to have been recently to Galway Cathedral, just to know those involved. And we met some lovely people in Galway again too. Eileen Joyce came up to say hello to us as well. She's listening all the while, and Eileen needs lots of prayers. And others too. We had a fine visit there, and Anne was very kind to us again. So
yes, and a lady Breege Cannon came as well to volunteer for one of the evenings, I think. Sorry about all the pages turning.
That's right, sticky notes and printouts.
I know, you'd think in the age of technology I'd have it all like on a little phone or something, but I'm
more time.
Yeah. It's for your benefit, so you can see too. So then, yes, that was December. And then we took a break then because we had the Mariathon around the December Mariathon around that time, and Christmas and everything like that. And then we came back with a bang in January, the 15th and 16th. We were in Kenmare, yourself and Kathy again.
Yes.
Went to Kenmare, and I think those are 2 of the photos.
And it was 3 parishes again we went to there. Dowras was the parish next door, which is kind of further down southwest again. And Kenmare, of course, the local, I suppose, urban centre maybe there. In Kerry, and next door Kilgarvan was the other parish too, which is without a priest at the moment. So between the 2 parish priests, Father Kearns, John Kearns, and the other priest, his name was blank.
I actually would have it here now.
We have a picture here now, yes. Again, forgive us because again, it's just having met so many people and encountered so many people. But Eilish Farley came along to that, and Patricia O'Donoghue as well, both good Kerry women with Cork connections. I think they're actually both from Cork, I think, as it turns out, but living in Kerry. And of course, Kathy was heading up that lovely mission as well to Kenmare. And just a beautiful spot, a lovely part of the country, a lovely place. You didn't discover him?
I did not.
I want to give him credit because he very kindly, the parish priest in Kenmare.
Father Damien Lynch, was it?
No,
that was the Enniscarra one.
No.
I don't have the Kenmare ones. My apologies.
He was very good, very kind to us, and hosted me there that night as well.
Yeah. And then it was the following weekend, straight away again, we were down in Enniscarra.
Oh, yes. And your first trip to Cork.
My first trip to Cork, and I got to meet Kathy and a lot of the volunteers down around there, Cherie and Margaret Griffin, and Father Damien Lynch then, who was the priest who was in the same year as Father Sean Maguire from Curla.
Okay.
Like we kept making all these connections between priests, and this priest knows that priest, and like it was just very providential always. And we met the sisters of the Missionaries of Charity sisters as well.
In Blarney, they made a special trip out to come and see me. Sister Frances was back, which was very unusual, as she had been with the Missionaries of Charity in Blarney when I was in Macroom, and I had been doing a catechism course with them and with some of the residents there and friends of the Missionaries of Charity for a few years, and got to know Sister Frances very well. And then she got moved like they do. They just up and move them on. They never stay long. And then, and they never come back apparently. But here's Sister Frances was back again. She made a special trip to come around and say hello. So, they're lovely sisters, the Missionaries of Charity. Anywhere you go, they're just so. They're one foot in heaven and the other on banana skin. That's a religious community,
Yeah. Oh, it was amazing to meet them. And you had known them from your previous.
That's the thing with that catechism course I was doing, and I had done a little kind of 1 or 2 little mini retreats or whatever for them as well. So,
okay. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, so that was a brilliant weekend as well, and we met, was it Ronan was the man who was singing
Oh, yes.
at the weekend as well. Very,
Yes.
very talented vocalist.
Indeed.
And there was a beautiful choir that weekend.
Yes. And shout out to Father Paddy Buckley. He's on the Camino
Yes.
as we speak.
Oh, wow.
He told me back then that visit I wasn't allowed to reveal to anyone at the time
Okay.
that he was considering taking a kind of mini sabbatical
Mm-hmm.
from the parish. He was finding the going a bit tough, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and it had been his ambition to do the Camino.
Yeah.
So he's actually taken, I don't know how long, I think it's 3 months, I think, but walking the Camino backwards.
Wow. So from
Not walking backwards, but going from, he's starting in
Santiago.
Fatima
starting in Fatima. Okay.
to Santiago and ending in Lourdes.
Oh, wow.
So
my
he's doing the full
goodness.
stint. And he's that kind of a nomadic sort of, that suits Father Paddy Buckley down to the ground.
Wow.
But anyway, he's off. He was in Fatima the other week, I think. So he's on his trail. So if you're listening, Paddy, good luck. Keep
He's got
walking.
Radio Maria Ireland tuned in
That's right. I hope so.
as he's walking. Yeah, so another great, amazing weekend. Now we're going to have to fly through the last. I'm just
Oh,
looking
gosh.
at the time.
Are we out of time? Oh, sorry.
No,
It's full of
nearly.
lovely
which is
people
just-
there as well.
Yeah.
Jim and who you stayed with?
Yes. I'm terrible with
Too many
names if I
names.
don't
I know him so well.
take notes.
It'll come back to me.
But yes, they have the shop in Cork.
They do,
The
the
Benedictus
Benedictus, yeah.
shop. I love the way I can
Jimmy
remember
Clare.
Yes, yeah.
And his wife, Diane.
Diane, that was it, yeah. And so then after that, we were in Dunsford in Ardglass in February, on the 12th and 13th of
another
February.
lovely visit too.
A really, really great visit. And it was Father Jerry McCluskey up there who was so good to show us around the parish and
Orla Sheehan as well.
Orla, we met
Countess
Orla.
a big fan of the radio and
Yes.
big advocate of St. Patrick and the Holy Family. And we did some nice video work. And again, the video's up on our YouTube channel. It's there on our Facebook page, I think, too, to look back on some of these great moments.
Yes, and I don't actually think I have. Do I have
No
photos? of-
photographs? After
should have.
all the cameras and stuff we
I
did.
know.
in the-
There's so many photographs of this one. I think maybe that was my problem. There were too many to
Too
choose
many.
from. But yes, we had that video showing a little bit of St. Patrick, where he would have come in Downpatrick, and then the church where the altar stone was that he would have used, and then where he was originally buried, and then the grave, the point where himself and St. Bridget and St. Columba, so our three patrons, are buried also. So it was just,
Right, so then, we got
yeah,
full immersion into
Full
our
immersion.
heritage, yeah.
and we saw the relic of his jaw bone as
Yes,
well, which
indeed,
Orla
that's
brought.
there as a video.
Mhm.
So Father George Hayes, the parish priest in Kenmare, thank you, Father George.
Father George
That's
Hayes.
nice. It's on your sheet there, just as well.
Oh,
Well done.
see, I always forget that I do prepare sometimes. So that was Dunsford and Ardglass, and again, thanks so much to Father Jerry McCluskey for that weekend. And we met Paula, one of our regular prayer volunteers.
Yes,
that
Paula
weekend
Gwynn.
as
It
well,
was
Paula
lovely she
Gwynn.
came along, to dance for that
Yes,
time.
yeah, and we met her dad as well, and just a load of great people up there as well. We were very welcomed. And then we went to Sligo Cathedral on the 19th and 20th, so the weekend straight after that, and it was Eamonn and Karen, and there was another lady who volunteered there with us, who we just met there, I think, who knew you.
She was visiting from Tyrone, I think she
From
had been
Tyrone,
visiting,
yeah,
and just happened to be.
there. Yeah, so
And Sligo was a washout. I don't mean in terms of the people we met, but it was a storm and miserable
Yeah.
and just...
oh my goodness, it was like a red warning, I think, or
Yeah,
orange anyway
that's
that weekend.
right. No photographs worth taking.
No, we
really.
don't have any photographs from Sligo.
Yeah, during the Mass in the morning, the doors were slamming in the
Yeah.
cathedral. It was like, the wind blowing through the place. It was just...
It was crazy. Yeah, we'll have to go back and do
right.
it again. And then, of course, we were in Westport with, again, Anne Chambers, and it was Father Henry and Father Charlie there, who was a
Classmate of mine,
yours.
Charlie McDonald. Again,
Yes.
lovely, warm reception there too, and very kindly hosted us and stopped off for a quick photo opportunity at the bottom of
Nice.
Croagh-Patrick.
There's the
And,
Croagh-Patrick photo
Yeah, it's a nice one, yeah.
beside Our
It's
Lady.
kind of
which
cold
was-
there, but it was.
It was a bit wild and blustery that day. And there's Father Henry with Anne
yes.
in the
from-
famous Instagram square. And that's us in the church again with a couple of parishioners that we met who...
Nice,
and Father Charlie's there as well.
Father Charlie's there too, yeah. Well, so a nice visit there too. Went out for a nice little
Yeah.
meal afterwards and met, is it Anne Corcoran, as a lady who has a couple of hotels there, came up to
Yes.
chat to us. It was lovely,
Yeah.
meeting the locals.
And a beautiful church and a great welcome there again. And okay, we have about 3 minutes. And we went to St. Luke the Evangelist Church in Mulhuddart, and that was with Father Adrian Crowley. And it was Mary and George and Nuria and myself. And Father Eamonn, you couldn't make it that time.
No.
But Nuria was there to take photos, so there's me giving the little spiel.
Nice.
So,
Not bad.
and the church there. And yeah, we have a lot more photos of this one because we had a professional with us. Professional photographer.
And George
and George and Mary.
Good.
We had a little photo there.
Nice.
So that was a great morning again, and Father Adrian has been back to do a little talk on Father Willie Doyle, and please God he'll do something else which I won't reveal now. But yes, and then we were in Banbridge, again another amazing promotion visit. I'm so conscious of the time, but it was a great weekend again, and we had Mary Goodman, Sheila Kelly and Danielle Quinn helping us out there.
Very kindly hosted us and cared for us and looked after us. Very, very lovely warm reception again.
Yeah, so thanks so much. And finally, you were in Waterford.
We were, myself and Mary Hooton. Eileen Gore came along as well. Unfortunately, Kathy couldn't make it. But down near Bunmahan Beach, the south coast of Ireland in Waterford, and a beautiful little spot from Sauline Church. You could actually look out. That's Kill Church, I think, there with Deacon Brendan. And then I don't know who that lady who happened to be coming out of the church after the chat was, but she stood as the parish priest. Was very kindly posed for that photograph as well there too. Awesome. So again, they were very kind to us and very open and very gracious. So, and Mary Hooton again, a great local contact like that. Each of the parishes around the country, we've picked up a wonderful, enthusiastic, that's Biddy, one of the sacristans. We went out for a meal on Saturday night with the sacristans and the parish priest and Father Keogh. And he wined and dined us there. Just a nice little outing. And they hadn't done it for years because of the pandemic. Yeah. And he just took the opportunity to do a bit of social with us. So it was a lovely visit. And I got a card from Deacon Brendan, who hopefully will come on to give his vocation story for the radio. Yeah. So we're making fabulous contacts all over the place. And hopefully Mary Hooton will do a little bit more and help us a bit further to extend into more of Waterford and Lismore too.
Yes, so thank God for all the visits that we've been able to go on, and to all of the volunteers who have helped us out this year, and those who are hoping. I know there's a few who have asked us to come, and we're still kind of setting things in motion for that to happen. But yes, please keep up the good work and the support and the prayer for these promotions. And please stay tuned for Vocation Stories with Father David Vard. And we better leave you.
I'm exhausted after all that travelling. It's a heck of a lot of work done.
Yes.
So well done to you, Ruth. Marvellous work. You've taken to the roll like a duck to water.
Thank God,
so
thank God.
Keep it going. Keep paddling under the water.
Yeah.
You know? Nice and graceful
like
on the surface, but paddling.
As you can tell by my notes all over the place. Yes, but so we better let you go so you can tune in for Father David Vard next with Vocation Stories. God bless.
God bless you.